to bribe the Yakuza or the police!
He's heading for the harbor. The guy's involved in child trafficking and drugs, so no surprise there. Have the Coast Guard seal it off.
I'd rather not. If I lose the sound of his engine, then fine. I don't want to owe any favors.
Boss, why are you driving so slowly?
Will you stop yelling and help me look for...
Okay, so that was a snippet from the latest Ghost in the Shell, and honestly, I showed that snippet because it kind of shows you the duality of this show. So, like, you have the wackiness, the cartoony elements that some people don't like, but then at the same time, you have talk of child trafficking and ghost dubbing and all this, like, really, really dark Black Mirror type of stuff going on that Ghost in the Shell is famous for. And I mean, it's pretty dark. So I had to look up ghost dubbing because my Ghost in the Shell is a little bit rusty. But in this episode, which by the way is like a bro episode, this is honestly my favorite episode, episode 4 so far. The first 3 episodes, I kind of had a hard time following. It was like, I've watched Ghost in the Shell in a while, so it was a lot to take in. This episode was like Togasa and Bato, kind of like in the old Ghost in the Shell, where they would like go on adventures, cases, and take down some criminals. Now, in this case, the guys, what they would do is they were taking these kids, kind of similar to the first episode, where, you know, you have kidnapped children, essentially, and they were putting them in this machine where they copy their consciousness, called ghost dubbing. And they do it for this corporation called the Honka Corporation. And that guy yelling is like a machine. He has like no body. He's like just a literal, like, this thing. I don't know what the hell this briefcase looking thing is. He's like the boss. And they put these kids, these kidnapped kids, in this machine, and they copy their consciousness until like they die, essentially, or are vegetables. It's really, really dark shit. And this doesn't come out, and this is where we get into the whole other thing, okay? So the beginning of the episode, the reason that they're even investigating is because you have all these, like, zombie attacks from the robots. The people's, like, personal robots are, like, straight up going zombie mode, attacking people. Just like insane stuff right there. I mean, nuts. And, you know, there's got a little bit of Makoto there. You know, she's doing some investigating, but again, it's mostly a Bato, Togasa episode. And the reason that the robots went crazy is because the kids that are being trafficked, they got an engineer who's a pedo. They gave their, it's kind of like, it's not really clear what exactly they did, but it seems like they flirted with the pedo who works for the company in order to put a virus on the machines. That way the cops would, I guess, investigate to find them and save them, or they just wanted to fuck up the company because they're pissed that they're trafficked. It's really not clear exactly what happened, at least my understanding, but yeah, and these machines at the beginning of the episode, I mean, they're going around attacking people like straight up zombies. Like, it's pretty wild. I'll show a clip it here.
Oh.
What can I
wipe it off?
And this old dude, he ends up being like one of the masterminds behind this whole thing at the end. Okay, that's like a big twist. And he is the chief's mentor. Okay, that just goes to show you how far the corruption goes. Like, this is crazy. So yeah, this episode honestly was like my favorite episode so far. The other episodes, they're pretty good. They're pretty good. There's just a lot going on. You have to really pay attention to the story. I like the Garbage Man, the previous episode. It was kind of cool where you had like false memories implanted. I'm definitely going to be doing a review on the next episode. I think comes out tomorrow. So stay tuned for that. This stuff looks pretty good. I'm pleasantly surprised with this new Ghost in the Shell. The last thing I think I watched from Ghost in the Shell was Arise, and that was like a prequel. This isn't just technically not a prequel, although it is before Standalone Complex, because the manga's not that long. I think the manga's only like 12 chapters or something like that. So then then he wrote 2 other like smaller mangas, which maybe if this does well, they can animate that. But yeah, I was very surprised, especially this episode, how well it was. And again, it's just, you got the duality of like, you got the wackiness of this like 1980s manga covering at the same time extremely dark topics, and you got blood, you got gore. They don't really hold back too much on that. The first episode they kind of did when the guy exploded, they did like a little censor thing, but this one they didn't hold back. And again, there's just so much scenes in here where they're like going in the factory and they're saving the kids from this like lady robot, and Togusa kicks the lady down the stairs. And again, just look, you got the cyberpunk scape here. You got the whole detective thing. Again, Bato and Togusa are just such a cool duo. Apparently one of the mangas that succeeded this one, it's just really about them solving cases. So I kind of hope that gets animated, because this episode, I don't know, the Bato Togusa stuff, even in the old anime, was always the best in the movies. But yeah, just wanted to do a review here. Give the new Ghost in the Shell a shot if you haven't already. It's some good stuff. And peace out.